What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Goblin, and today I'm coming in with day 3 of rehab. I hope you guys do enjoy the nice little double upload I'm putting out today. I'm really grinding videos again, and I've been loving it so far. I love seeing the positive feedback from you guys, and from what I can tell, you guys are enjoying it. So, before I go any further, I want to ask you guys to please leave me questions for my next Q&A in the comment section below with the hashtag AskGoblin. You can either tag me in a tweet on Twitter. That's a fucking tongue twister right there. Tag me in a tweet on Twitter. Oh my god. You can either do that, or you can leave a comment with the hashtag AskGoblin and ask away. Ask anything you want to hear, anything you know about me, anything you're curious about. Ask away. I'll answer a lot of questions in my upcoming Q&A, which I'm hoping to put out sometime this weekend. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like and check out Grindel in the description below for making this thumbnail. And let's dive into it, boys. So rehab day 3. Now, it was a typical morning. I woke up, roommate sleeping next to me, hopped in the shower, got ready for the day, got dressed, and the morning was pretty typical. And by typical, I mean typical for rehab standards. So, you got Johnny Jesus preaching 3 doors down, you got people screaming, you hear the crazy people going crazy. It's a hoot and a fucking holler. It's a goddamn madhouse, and I loved every second of it. So, the morning starts off pretty normal. We go to our first kind of like wake up group where it's just like a check-in thing. And then we go to quote unquote school, which is basically just do word searches for an hour and a half and hope Johnny doesn't flip his shit because someone says Satan. And that typically does happen. And, it's just kind of when Johnny flips shit, you just get under the desk. You just get under the desk. It's like a school shooting event, So my friend, my roommate, we're going to call him, what did I call him last video? I think I called him Chad, so we're going to call him Chad again. So me and my roommate, Chad, we're sitting at the same table as Johnny Jesus here, and we're all just chilling, and my roommate is a fucking troublemaker, to say the least. He wants to get the best reaction out of Johnny. So my roommate leans over and whispers to me, he's like, "Let's talk about Satan." I'm like, oh God, here we go. So within seconds, little Chad over here talking about a multitude of things that Johnny just isn't having. He's talking about Mitt Romney. He's talking about Satan. He's talking about abortion. Just all these things that Johnny Jesus isn't fucking with. So you can see him visibly, getting angrier and his face getting redder as Chad is saying these things. Johnny Jesus is about to lose his shit. He's not having it today. He's clenching his fist. He's breathing real deep. He says, "I would hurt you right now if I could." And I was like, oh, this boy's got a pull. We need some help. Let's get Johnny out of here before I fucking die. I thought he was about to do some crazy shit. I didn't know what was happening next, but it was risky, it was frisky, and I didn't like it. So Chad and Johnny going at it here. Johnny talking about how great Jesus is and how Satan is the worst of all. And Chad goes, "But Satan is God." And Johnny snaps. Johnny isn't fucking taking it. Not for one more moment will Johnny put up with this shit. He slams his hand on the table. Just like this. Just a big ass slam. That was probably really loud. I'm so sorry. But, if I fucked your ears, it's okay. Just breathe deep in and out. You're going to be okay. But anyways, so Johnny slams his hand on the table, and that's when the employees realize he's had enough. Johnny's at his breaking point. So they grab him and escort him out. He is hyperventilating. This man walks out of the room, fist clenched, absolutely breathing deep. And he's talking to the employee the whole time about how much he hates Satan, and he hates the Satan lovers, and he hates Chad for loving Satan, how Chad is a demon. And I'm just sitting over here bewildered. I didn't even know people like this existed. Chad's over here geeking, just laughing his fucking ass off. And I'm just sitting in the middle of this like, oh God. So, I thought that was going to be the highlight of the day. But it wasn't even halfway to the highlight of the day. Right after our quote-unquote school ended, we went to a clinical therapy group. And Chad was also in my clinical therapy group. Now, can you guess who else was in our clinical therapy group? Johnny Jesus. The man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Jesus. He was in our clinical therapy group as well, along with 3 other people who were all transsexual. So it was kind of a weird assortment of people. It was probably the most untherapeutic hour of my life. It was just a bunch of bickering between Johnny talking about how much he hates trannies and their demons, and the transsexuals talking about how much they hate Johnny and how much of a piece of shit he is. It was a fucking madhouse. It was the most untherapeutic thing I've ever sat through in my whole life. We get in there and we're talking about, it starts off kind of normally, just a check-in asking, why we're there and how our day's been so far. And then things took a very odd turn. Apparently me and Chad were the only people in there who weren't schizophrenic. So it was basically Jesus loving Johnny and the three schizophrenic, transsexuals in a room. That just sounds like a crock pot of disaster, and it was. So they all start talking about how they're seeing demons and how they, like, the demons tell them to kill themselves and stuff. And me and Chad are sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just here for smoking some weed. Chad's here. I don't even know why Chad was there, but he seemed pretty cool, so probably the same thing. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, like, I don't belong in this group. I can't relate to this. I was just sitting there in silence the whole time. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the silence, after they'd just finished, discussing their demons, Johnny looks at this person and says, "What gender are you?" Now, that's one thing you don't really say to a transsexual person, but Johnny gives no fucks. He just said, "What gender are you?" And this person went off. And I'm saying person because I don't really know which gender they identified as, so I don't want to offend anyone here, so I'm just going to say person. So this person went off. They said, "I don't answer that question. I'm not going to put up with this shit. Fuck you, Johnny Jesus. Go to hell. Fuck you." And Johnny Jesus, of course, very defensive, very, very aggravated by this woman. She's defying the Bible, or he's defying the Bible. I don't know. One of the two genders. This person is defying the Bible. Johnny's not going to put up with this shit. He's pissed. So he's yelling at her, and they have to escort Johnny out. And then everyone's just sitting there all quiet, and it got back to the demon talk, and the session ended, and Johnny Jesus never came back. So turns out he got sent back to his room, and he was just on punishment for like the whole day. Like, he just had to sit there, and you could hear him reading Bible verses all the way down the hall. It was no different than usual. It wasn't really a big deal. And, you know, Johnny was basically on lockdown all day, which means that nothing entertaining happened for the rest of the day. You know, the rest of the day, we just kind of chilled out and went to our groups without Johnny, and it felt incomplete. It didn't feel whole without Johnny. It felt wrong. It almost hurt me that Johnny wasn't there. It's like he was my only source of thorough entertainment, because like everywhere I went, he would manage to make me laugh because this man was just so ridiculous. So we went through the rest of our day completely fine, no hiccups, nothing interesting. Then night comes. Johnny's pissed. You hear a loud bang, okay? We're walking back to our rooms after our last little group. I hear a loud bang come from Johnny's room. So obviously Johnny's aggravated. Now, I'm walking right past Johnny's room as I hear the bang, so I kind of back up a little bit and look in. And this man just whipped the Bible at the wall. I'm talking whipped that shit, like fucking, I don't even know, like water whipped it, whipping a brick. He just Hail Mary that shit, Peyton Manning edition that shit. You know what I'm talking about? That shit was fucked. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he would disrespect the Lord's Bible that way, especially because he preaches him, but he fucking did it. So the employees ran in there. He was having like a meltdown or something. He was just real pissed off, hyperventilating, probably because I don't know. There was a lot of things that aggravated him that day. So me and Chad were geeking. We were laughing. It was pretty entertaining. And we just went back to our room and played some rummy, played some BS, played some cards. It was a good time. And went to sleep. You know, it was a pretty normal night. And I slept pretty good through the night. So that is all of day 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like for this double upload. And if you guys enjoyed the story. And also check out Grindel in the description below for making this thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.